in one side of the political aisle, people of color actually have greater power than white people. That is the truth that is not being acknowledged by the people that need to hear it, because this gets in the way of them wielding that power in the way they want, malignantly. I've heard from somewhere that politics is downstream of culture, and I think that is certainly correct. We have a mainstream culture that tells us it's okay to hold prejudice and hateful view of white people, and our politics is then infused with this energy, and we see active, overt, and on the books racial discrimination of white people that those who are perpetuating this hatred is refusing to see as discrimination. They'll say, no, this is remediation. These are the same people who are making tenuous arguments that some of our race-neutral laws discriminate against people of color. And this is certainly evidence that in one side of the political aisle, people of color have more power than white people.
We are culturally racist, and this is how. Part of our culture is to frown upon dark-skinned people. It's been passed down to us by the Spaniards, by our colonizers, by the people that conquered us, taught us that dark skin is inferior, light skin is superior. We were taught that. It was passed down to us, meaning it's part of our culture. We are culturally racist in this aspect.
You'd think that some of the old attitudes we had before, anti-Semitism, anti-Islamism, homophobia, bigotry, discrimination, you'd think those belong to the past, like a bygone era.
Yes.
No, bro. The wheel is turning, and then you're seeing a lot of those attitudes come up. Europe is now very, very anti-Semitic now, right? There's a lot of they call them far-right opposition parties or political parties popping up all over the place that are anti-Semites, anti-black, anti-Muslim, anti-LGBTQ+, anti-Catholic, you name it. Like, you'd think those things died out. The fact that they are springing up here and there, I don't think there's a revolutionary leader who's like, hey guys, let's be anti-Semites. Nah, it means that it's always been there, right? It's festered, and people have just gotten to a point where things are so bad that they're looking for a scapegoat, like we did the first time around these things happen, right?
Yes.
No, it's the black person, or it's the gay person, or it's the Muslim, or it's the Jew, or it's whoever. Do you understand? You want to put a face on bad things. I think racism and any kind of discrimination honestly will never die until let's say we get to a point in the far future where we've been genetically engineered to all look the same. Okay. Yeah, fine. But that's millions of years of evolution, right?
True.
So up until then.
The question, Chris, is there such a thing as racism in South Africa?
Yes.
This is me. I think yes. It's just that the environment, or rather society, is not conducive for such, because
exactly.
It'll be booed against. It'll literally be shamed against. Hence, a lot of people are not showing their racist side. That's how I think. Yeah, if given the opportunity, they will.
I hate the fact that I've got to agree with you, but you put like nail on the coffin right there, because racism is alive. We can't be ignorant and say racism died back in 1994, because no. We just switched over to democracy, right?
Chris, does this account for racism, right? You have a certain, what can I say? A very nasty image. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Does this account for, you don't act as a racist, but you have a very negative perspective towards a certain race, which is different from yours.
That's racism, bro. It starts up here.
That's exactly what I'm saying. A lot of people have not acted on it, but they are racist.
And you said it exactly. They haven't acted on it because society is going to shun you for doing that. We're not living in those days where the system itself was racist. No, the system is like, nah, bro, you can't do that. Like, no, think like you want to think, but act like everybody else. When in Rome, do as the Romans. And right now, the Romans are not racist. So guess what? You can't be racist. In public, at least. Show some decency. I mean, look, racism is not cool. Discrimination of any sort is really not cool.
True.
But it lives in people, right? It's passed on from generation to generation. It grows, it evolves over time, and it shows up just like it did right here.
And so it's fair to say that racism is not an act, but a mindset, a thought. Yeah, I guess that's fair to say, right?
It's an idea, bro.
Yeah, it's an idea that you entertain. If you have a very demeaning perspective about a certain race, about a certain people, that's racism already. You have just not acted upon. In fact, you're a racist.
You're a bloody racist, bro. You are a bloody racist. I mean,
I think I might fit into that box.
I'll get home. The older generation, like our moms and aunts and stuff, they'll say some things that are just so offside, and you're like,
I know.
Like I keep telling like my moms and them, say this in the house. Like it's not okay if you go say this outside. Okay, but fine. They were brought up during some pretty tough times.
Exactly.
Some things stuck, like they never went off. But do you see that if, for example, you're raised in a household like that and you're hearing that again and again and again and again,
it becomes your norm and reality.
Even if you wanna educate yourself, and let's say you fit into society, bro, society casts a mold, you fit in perfectly. Part of you, just even if it's a little bit.
Yeah, it will still be there. Just the right time. Remember that thing I always say, where you are like a white person or a person of a different race. You go to like a whole march in support of BLM, right? BLM. Coming back home to your house, you get mobbed, right?
Yeah.
And it's just black dudes. And they trash you thoroughly, like stretching, bro, beyond recovery. What do you say after that?
I don't know, bro. Just say I got robbed.
No way.
It happened.
No way in the world will a person say, yeah, I got robbed. By who?
By angry protesters.
No way.
Why must they be black angry protesters?
It's gonna be like that, Chris. And the reason why I brought up this is, don't you think some people's racist comment and racist perspective is born out of that? Like they had a bad experience.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Like a tough experience. It's not even as a result of media or misconceptions out there about this certain race or specific race. It's just that they had a bad experience and they had no other choice but to come up with this, you know?
It could be. I mean, look, we discount that fact a lot, don't we?
We do.
Many times people are racist because they've had poor experiences at the hand of a different race, or people are bigots in any sense because they haven't had the best interaction with the target group that they are discriminating against. And it's bad luck. I mean, it's tough luck that that happened. It's tough luck, bro. Like, unfortunately, you had a bad experience with, let's say, you got robbed by a gay guy, right? at gunpoint. This gunpoint.
Oh, shit.
Bro, gunpoint. It's chai.
I will not have good things to say after that. I'm serious.
It's chai.
Bro.
They take your phone, they take your wallet, it's done. Now you've got a bad thing like, nah, I got robbed by a gay person. That's why I don't like gay people. You could just have easily have been robbed by a straight dude. And now would you hate straight people? Let's take away race from that.
No, I wouldn't. But, yeah, to some extent you will hate straight people.
You see.
If there was no race, let's just say there was no race.
Blank canvas.
I will.
But what if you're straight as well?
No, but remember, Chris, there are certain people that hate themselves as well.
Self-loathing.
Yeah, you know there are black people that hate.
They hate.
Like black people to the max,
Like Uncle Ruckus.
Something like that. Yeah. Like to the max, you hate your own race. Yeah, it's like that.
No, I know. You get a lot of Uncle Toms out there, right? Like, okay, Uncle Tom is a very bad term. I'm sorry, YouTube. But you get a lot of people who don't like where they don't like themselves in terms of maybe race or culture,
and they feel like they're
nationality,
too special
etc.
from the whole entire group. Yeah. So what would you say in closing? Right?